Breaking news into Sports Card Radio, we have a Richard Zangrillo update. What influencers helped Dickie Z build his business? We'll also read an anonymous email. Two separate controversies involving coffee breaks. They were accused of dipping somebody's gold vinyl card. And even though the card was found, what does this say about the integrity of sports card breaks, and should you be buying into them?
Fight!
In our second cup of coffee with coffee breaks, Loot Box TV recently went into a coffee breaks hobby shop and had Pokemon packs weighed out right in front of them. Is it fair or foul to weigh Pokemon or sports card packs? We will dig into it.
That's not content.
And lastly, there were tons of nice cards stolen from a FedEx package en route to PSA. We will tell you on this program what cards to be on the lookout for. Okay, we have an update on the Richard Zangrillo situation. You'll remember that we've spoken about Richard on our live streams. I'll drop a link to when we talked about him on our live stream, and I'll also drop a link to an article that we wrote on Sports Card Radio about this situation. Richard previously ran a consignment business that was shut down in September 2022. Richard still owes people money, Richard still owes people cards, and we have received about a dozen emails on this situation. One of the things that we discussed on our live stream was why anybody would use Richard to begin with. I can think of several consignment services out there.
This is my friggin' house.
That would be a much better option than some rando on eBay. Turns out there are several key members of the hobby who helped promote Richard and get his business off the ground. That means it's time to read an anonymous email with Sports Card Radio. Okay, no, it's not that one. I'll just read it off the computer. If you think Zangrillo is bad for stealing cards, I nominate all the ass clowns that gave him positioning to rake everyone. The entire Card Ladder team. Carvin, Christina, Steve, Kevin, Chris Hoge. They literally propped him up, put him in position to do this, and endorsed people to do business with him on a regular basis when he launched his service, while at the same time blocking voices from entering rooms to warn people. The industry is filled with a bunch of wannabe noobs who are doing everything they can for positioning. The entire group is guilty, and I am super disappointed in industry veteran Carvin for supporting Richard through all this BS. All of this shit went through Clubhouse. Don't get it twisted. There are a lot of people liable for what happened here. Blood on many heavy hitters' hands. Dozens of people as witnesses to this behavior on Clubhouse for years. Okay, a couple things to unpack from our anonymous email. It would make sense to me that Richard had some influencers or people kind of funneling him business, whether these were the people at Card Ladder or somebody else. It actually makes a lot of sense because, gosh, I could think of 4 people off the top of my head that would be better to use as consigners in the sports card world than some random guy named Richard on eBay. But hey, if you had some influencers telling you to use him, I could see how people could fall into that trap.
Starstock.com and sign up.
Second thing, what is Clubhouse? When researching another story a few months ago, I did hear that there were a lot of these investor type people who came along in the hobby in the last few years. Our anonymous emailer called them noobs, and they spent a lot of time on Clubhouse. People would go on Clubhouse and to kind of discuss the latest and greatest sports card investment. I never used it, but it does make sense that people were directed to Richard through the Clubhouse app. Third thing, and most importantly, we have the potential here to get some cards and or money back for people who are owed cards. So if you know Richard, if you helped him in his consignment business, if you promoted him, I think now would be a great time to speak up and use your platform to potentially help collectors and or dealers get cards or money back from Richard.
Had I waited, who knows what would have happened?
The Coffee Breakers, their name has popped up a couple times this week. The first involving a customer who said he did not receive 2 cards from a coffee break. When the customer inquired with Coffee Breaks, they said tough luck, contact whatnot.
Whatnot!
But when the customer went to social media, suddenly the cards turned up and were shipped out. So if the customer didn't go to social media and complain, what would have happened? Where would these cards have ended up? Why does it take going to social media and complaining to get these breakers to do their jobs? That's not all that Coffee Breakers have been up to this week. Several people sent me this video of Lootbox TV going into a Coffee Breaks hobby shop and getting Pokemon packs weighed out right in front of them. It's believed that weighing older Pokemon packs, you can determine which packs may have hollow foils in them. Lootbox TV responded by saying they understand the criticism, but they'd rather know the weight of the packs they were buying than not. I can only speak for sports cards. It would be weird to go into a sports card shop and to see a scale laid out and for them to be weighing packs. That would actually be really weird. Now, I do respect that the Pokemon community is different, and perhaps weighing packs and doing so in a hobby shop or doing so publicly is just seen as differently. I want to respect that. Either way, I'm not a huge fan of it, and I think there are ways to sell those packs, whether it be Pokemon or sports card packs, with integrity without having to weigh them. But I'm going to have to ask you guys, what do you guys think? If you went into a hobby shop and there were guys weighing out either Pokemon or sports card packs, would you think twice about it?
Daniel, you are not the person that I have ever thought about suing.
Last topic, be on the lookout for these cards that were stolen and en route to PSA. The Sports Card Vault in Canada is looking for help finding several cards, including this Jonathan Kuminga 1/1 gold vinyl, this Contenders Justin Jefferson, this Wander Franco rookie card, and many more. Head over to Sports Card Vault on Instagram if you have any information or whereabouts of these sports cards. Let's track these down. But can't leave on a down note. We got to leave on a high note. Where are you going to be on May 19th through the 21st? We will be at the Sacramento Sports Card and Autograph Expo. Over 80 dealers, including us, 20 autograph guests. The sun should be shining in Northern California. Come hang out with us at the Sacramento Sports Card Show. You know you want to be there. We'll be there. Link in the description for more information, and we will see you soon, and we will definitely see you next month in Sacramento.